point? Your point is that the peaceful ones are irrelevant?
Right.
Oh, does that make it sound better? Is that what happened?
I think so.
Okay, so we had the phone hooked up. I guess if somebody calls, we'll have to hook it up.
Call Ryan right now, 772-49 Smith, SMYTH.
I imagine our listenership will be a little down since our time and date is different today because of Easter.
Believe me, once they get this on the Facebook, it'll be all over with. So get your call in right now, 772-49 Smith, SMYTH. I'm very disturbed by what's going on with these leaders in the world. That Obama having a powwow with Castro and saying that he's done some great things. He's provided health care for these people, and he's provided. Yeah, the place looks like it's from 1950, but man,
59 is what they're saying.
Well, I mean, in his speech when he was talking to him, he's like, sure, it looks like 1950, but let me tell you, you guys don't know how good you have it. You've got health care.
Oh, boy.
You've got health care. And he said, and the longevity of the Cuban life
is similar
to America.
Even though they're so poor. I remember this. And I'm listening to this, and I'm like, did you ever stop and wonder why they're so poor? And don't give me this, well, if we didn't have this embargo.
Right. If you go to Smith Radio on the Facebook page, and when you're there, please give a review. And if it's anything less than 4 stars, don't even give a review, because there's no reason for it. Just give an honest review of the show. And
intellectual honesty is starting to just go out the window now.
Correct. If you read the articles that we post a lot of great articles. If you want to add to the show, obviously you can do that, either email or call in. But it's not that we're giving falsehoods or we're trying to help people understand that we're at war right now with communism still to this day. It's coming in. It's coming full force. And capitalism, yes, we need to say it again and again. Capitalism is what made America the greatest country in the world. However, the government's now involved in it, and that's what is skewed people's idea of what capitalism is. It's a shame. So
that's a big issue. There's a lot of people today and throughout this entire year. It's an election year, and I think more people are involved with paying attention to politics than usually on a normal election year. This is really there's long lines at the primaries.
Huge. They said in Arizona, he said some of the places had 2-hour wait.
Yeah, and
in Arizona.
It's interesting because in the past, people say, oh, since we have the possibility of the first black president becoming being elected, winning, that it's dragging out more people than normal to the presidential election process. That's nothing compared to today, which is interesting because you don't have that something new, the first black president. There's nothing. I guess you could say Hillary could be construed as something new, but here's the thing. The Democrat numbers aren't really up that much, but the GOP primary numbers are out of this world.
They're through the roof.
Yeah, and part of that is, Trump makes it exciting. Love him or hate him, he's definitely making it entertaining, and you're going to get people who normally wouldn't care much about what's going on with the presidential election being actually entertained by seeing what the news of the day is politically.
Right.
And so people who run Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, talk radio, all that kind of stuff, are all seeing their numbers up because they want to see what the next drama unfolding is. And so, and a lot of that is being spearheaded by the daily drama that's started by Trump, just being,
Trump.
The way, Trump being Trump.
Trumpalicious.
He's being trollicious. Yeah.
And And there are things. Don't get me wrong. There is absolutely no perfect candidate. You're never going to find the perfect candidate. And if you're a one issue voter, you're pretty much never.
I talked to one. He said, "I said, who are you voting for?" And he said, "Kasich." And I said, "Oh, really? I mean, what's the reason?" I mean, we're in Ohio,
right?
So there's going to be people who are going to say Kasich because that's who they know, and they feel like he's been doing okay for Ohio, so that would be cool to have somebody from Ohio be president, so they vote for him in the primary. So I asked this guy, what's your issue? And he's like...
You said, dude, what's your issue?
Dude, really? Kasich?
Kasich, what's your issue, bro?
Dude, you got some issues. You got major issues. So he said, I'll tell you what my issue is.
Uh-oh.
Abortion.
Of course it is.
He's a one issue. When he said that, I knew that of all the things, he could say, oh, yeah, I'm for fixing the economy and doing it this way on this issue, and I hate Common Core. Dude, all that took a back seat to the abortion thing. And the reason he wanted Kasich for the abortion issue is that he came out and with some signed legislation that came out that pretty much defunded most or all of the Planned Parenthood butcher shops in Ohio. And so this guy was appreciative of that, and he was going to show his appreciation by voting for Kasich in the primary. And there may be a lot of people in Ohio like that, which, whatever. I was kind of surprised because I didn't even realize that issue. I didn't even think it was that big. I mean, abortion's a huge issue for me, but I didn't know about what Kasich did. And he pointed that out to me. But do not think that was the reason.
It's probably struck down in federal courts, and they probably had to,
not yet.
to refund them again.
Well, they will.
Yeah, that'll never fly. I mean, according to the Obama administration, that will never fly.
And here's the thing about abortion. It shouldn't, as much as you feel, as strongly as you feel about it, and I think it is an American Holocaust. And I do believe that years from now, decades from now, people are going to look back, maybe 100 years from now, and wonder what the hell kind of barbarians we must have been back then. I really do truly believe that. And I think that that we need to redeem ourselves by trying to figure out a way to get rid of it. To get rid of the Roe v. Wade and all that kind of stuff. And believe me, letting Obama win in 2012 because you didn't get a thrill up your leg because of Romney, that's going to hurt our chances of overthrowing Roe v. Wade, because now that Scalia died, your boy Obama, and it is your boy, if you stayed at home and didn't vote for Romney because you didn't want to hold your nose and do it because he doesn't have all your principles and values, you can thank Roe v. Wade not only standing for your entire lifetime, but also probably the loss of the Second Amendment as well.
No, absolutely.
You can thank yourself for that. So anyway, so is that a good segue into the Cruz supporters?
So to jump back to where we were originally.
Oh, did we go off on a tangent there? Because I was segueing.
Yep,
You're pulling me back?
Hashtagging.
Oh, okay.
Is that the hashtag?
Yeah, the never Trump hashtag.
See, I helped you make that complete circle.
All right. I thought you were steering me the other way.
No, man.
Yeah, so if you look at the title of this show, part of it is the Trump supporters versus I'm going to call them the hashtag never Trump people. I don't even know if you can just say those are Cruz supporters, because I'm sure Hillary is thrilled by this.
Oh, yeah.
Just thrilled by this. So, I'm just in a knockdown drag out with these Twitter people who are, I'm trying to find the exact article this one guy wrote that basically spells out the evils or the bad things that would happen if Trump were to ever be elected. So,
and here's another thing that really blows my mind is that if you're voting for Cruz and Cruz is your man, and that's your guy, and I'm wholehearted, I'm good with that. That's fine. I'll go with Cruz if he's the nominee, and I won't make no bones about it. I'll dig up everything positive, and hopefully, and I'll keep my fingers crossed that the Democrats don't come at Cruz because he's a Canadian citizen. Other than that,
Oh man, you're gonna piss off a lot of people.
Other than that, man, you all that are hating on Trump and saying that you'll vote for Hillary and
No. Some of them will just say they'll either write in somebody else or they'll stay at home.
that's a vote for Hillary.
Right.
Or
You got to
Sanders ain't
understand.
going to get it.
You got to understand the system. It's like a bunch of people that have never played the game of football ever in their life, having to come down and try to win a game of football, and not liking, not accepting the rules of the game, and trying to win based on their own beliefs and principles and all this that don't coincide with the actual rules that are in the rule book.
I know that I got this. I got this game. I saw it one time on TV. I got this.
And there will be a winner and a loser of this football game, right? You can't just say, you know what, I'm leaving the stadium.
No!
I don't like my team.
No!
I'm leaving, and I don't care who wins or loses. Guess what? It doesn't matter if you care or not. Not only are the results going to happen, there's going to be a winner and a loser.
Oh, yeah.
But whoever wins is going to dictate policy to you for the rest of the next 4 years.
Oh, or could be the rest of our lives.
It could be longer because
They
they're
may
going to
stay
nominate. They're going to nominate justices to the Supreme Court.
And then change the Constitution. It says they can stay in power as long as they want.
Well, I'm not as worried about that as I am people that good on the court to say
Right.
that I don't like the wording. I don't like the wording of this law, of this amendment, this freedom.
Well,
And we're just going to say it means something else. And that's what happened
with the Second Amendment.
Yes.
We almost. I mean,
2011, 2012.
nobody really
Or
realized.
no, was it 2014? I can't remember.
No, 14 was Cruz became an American citizen in 14.
Well, somewhere along the line, Scalia
2011.
Scalia was the swing vote. I mean, obviously, he wasn't going to
For
go the wrong
a
way.
ridiculous argument against the right
Second
to bear
Amendment.
arms.
Right. So the argument for 4 justices, for 4 out of 9 justices was, we're going to go ahead and interpret and comprehend the text of the Second Amendment improperly in order to get what we want.
Which is
so
no
basically,
guns.
basically they said, I know it says the right of the people to keep and bear arms must not be infringed. We're going to go ahead and ignore that and say, hey, they mention a militia, so we're going to run with it. You have to be in a militia.
Yes.
And you have to be in a militia. 4 justices tried to take away your Second Amendment right by claiming that since the militia was mentioned, they must mean that you have to be in a militia, and we're going to ignore the text that says the right of the people, meaning all people, not people in a militia. You have to literally, a 12-year-old that's decent in comprehension, who have been taught properly in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade to comprehend words in a sentence, could say, well, wait, I don't think that's right. And yet, they didn't care. They said, we have the power. We're going to try to overthrow the Second Amendment by misinterpreting and failing to comprehend properly the wording of the Second Amendment so that we can get what we want, which is to take away all guns from people and take away the Second Amendment right from you. It took 5 justices to defeat 4 justices, and one of them is dead now.
Right.
And he's going to be replaced by a guy who would love to see the Second Amendment fall.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
And this guy, who happens to be called Barack Obama, only won because you people could not hold your nose and vote for Romney.
Right. Right. So you're looking at Merrick Garland, who was partial. He's all with Clinton's back in the
He was
past.
the Clinton appointment.
Yeah, I mean this guy is all in. If you read him up, we talked about this, but you read him up on Wikipedia, he's moderate. He's down the middle of the road.
Oh, they are definitely
He's a moderate.
propagandizing. They're trying to get everybody to. Everybody knows that this is the red herring, right? That's what everybody's thinking. This guy's thrown up there to be beat up on and taken away from Obama, so that he has to throw up a replacement, and the replacement is the real guy, because everybody knows that the initial guy is going to be struck down.
Right.
So the conservatives are saying, hey, wait.